Yahawah, he hear what I pray, cause I know I can die any day. Teach Yahawah, just show me the way. Tryna walk down the path that you laid. Tired of sinning, cause I ain't the God.
Real quick, brother, I just want to start by saying we want to first give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah by Hashem Yahawah. Okay, that's the Most High in the name of his only begotten Son. So a lot of times we may think that the Most High is just God, but God is just the title. His real name is Yahawah, as you can see us brothers actually have it on this sign right now. I just want you to see that, brother. Because it's very important that we as children of Israel understand who the Most High God is. Okay, this is his name. You may have heard some people say Yahweh before, or Yahuwah. Okay, but we speak this in the Paleo Hebrew, and his name is going to be Yahawah. So when we say Yahawah, we're giving honor to the Most High God, and Bah Hashem means in the name of Yahawah Shah. Yahawah Shah would be who the world ignorantly is calling Jesus Christ. So that's why we start off by saying we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bah Hashem Yahawah Shah. You still got that opening precept, brother? Okay, come, let my brother bring this out for you. Most High willing, this is edifying.
Book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17, and read this. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahawah Shah, giving thanks to Yahawah and the Father by him.
So we love to start off with that because it said whatever we do in word or in deed, we do also in the name of Yahawah by Hashem Yahawah Shah. So we just want to let you know that us brothers come out here in sincerity and in truth, that we may help wake up our people, the 12 tribes of Israel, to be able to not only know who they are, but who their Most High God is, that they may come back to him and his laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, we're going to start with this precept, brother, because I want you to tell me how important you think this is.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7.
Look it out, huh?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
What is the beginning of knowledge, brother?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
What do you think that means, brother? The fear of the Most High is going to be the beginning of our knowledge.
Understanding.
Right? You're hitting it right on the head, brother. That's why I often tell people to give that kind of as an analogy. How likely are you to listen to your father if you don't have a fear or respect of him? Okay, the Most High God is in the same way. That's why so many people, when you tell them, hey, you got a minute for 2 verses, they able to walk by. But imagine the Most High God being right there behind you. It was like, hey, you got a minute for 2 verses. You're going to turn around, drop to your knees, and give him honor, praise, and reverence. Okay, the Most High God is worthy of that type of respect. So that's why it starts off with saying that the fear of the Most High God is the beginning of knowledge. Because if you don't have that fear, you can't even receive the beginning of knowledge. Continue with that, brother.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So Most High willing, we're not going to be made fools in the last days because we despise the wisdom and instruction of the Most High God. Can we also grab Proverbs 4 and 7 real quick, brother? We want to talk about how important it is to have wisdom. Because we told you about who the children of Israel are, brother. That they're the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, if you guys descend from those people groups, then you would likely be from the 12 tribes of Israel, brother. Let's hear something that we have to do, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4,
Louisiana brothers
and verse 7.
Check this out.
Wisdom is the principal thing.
What is the principal thing, brother?
Wisdom is the principal thing.
No, I got to get my bag, brother.
Wisdom is the principal thing.
No, brother, I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fan.
Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding.
And with all thy getting, we have to get the understanding. See, these are important things, brother. Can you also go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 6? Is that we have to seek out the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High God. And they said that wisdom is the principal thing. So that means above anything else that you're trying to get, wisdom should be at the top of that. Okay, in this world, we learned that a lot of things that are vanity are the things that we're looking for. Okay, but this just said that we have to seek the wisdom. We're going to get a little bit more into it about what kind of wisdom that is, brother. Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
Brother, start at verse 5.
Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
You taught us what, brother?
I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them.
So the Most High right here is talking about his laws, statutes, and commandments, brother. Listen to what he says these things are, brother.
Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom.
For this is our what, brother?
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
So these laws, statutes, and commandments is our wisdom in the sight of the nations. If everybody can watch us be the example for the entire world, then that's how we know that they know that we're sent by the Most High God. That's really what it means to be an Israelite, brother. Okay, in the Hebrew, that's pronounced Yahawah, which means he that had a prince that has power with the Most High God. Our power is the fact that we were given his laws, statutes, and commandments. So somebody should be able to look at you and see a direct representative and ambassador for the Most High God. Okay, brother, I don't know how much time you got, brother, but I got to give you Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12 as well. Oh, you're all praises. Let's get that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12, and it reads thus, and now Israel, what do Yahawah thy God require of thee?
It's going to make this plain. Like, once we know that we're Israel, brother, you will be a so-called African American, right? You say you're from New Orleans? All right, that would mean that you could come from these 12 tribes of Israel, brother, the mighty tribe of Judah. Okay, that's the same tribe that our Lord and Savior Yahawah came from. Like I said, the world calls him Jesus Christ. But that's what's mighty about being from the tribe of Judah. Listen to what this says is required of the Israelites, brother.
Yahawah thy God require of thee, but to fear Yahawah thy God.
There goes that fear again, brother. And we just learned, let me see if you remember that, brother. The fear of the Most High God is the beginning of what? It's the beginning of knowledge, brother. I love that. Let him finish this out, brother. I ain't trying to take too much of your time, but let him finish out about after we fear the Most High God, this is what it's going to help us to do.
To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahawah thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul, to keep the commandments.
What do we do if we have a fear for the Most High God?
To keep the commandments of Yahawah and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
That's very important, brother. Once we know that we have the fear of the Most High God, that's going to help us to keep the commandments. Because like you just said about somebody who's a father, if you actually fear and respect your father, you're more likely to do his commandments and the things he tells you to do, brother. So Most High willing, you can check out the QR code. It's going to send you to our YouTube page. That's all we really do, brother. We come out here week in and week out to not only tell our people who they are, because it's been hidden from us. Our nationality has been taken from us, so it's our duty to come out here and give it back to us. We're not African Americans, we're not black, we're not any of these terms that they've put on our people. We are the children of Israel, brother. And with that, we have to come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God.
Book of John, chapter 1 and verse 47, and it reads thus.
Bring it out.
Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him and said to him, behold, an Israelite indeed.
No, a black man.
Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile.
That's very important, brother. So if you remember nothing, brother, remember who we are, and most importantly, whose we are. We are the children of Israel, and we belong to the Most High God. That's actually our nationality and heritage. That's what they stole from us in slavery, and made us think that we were a bunch of people swinging on trees in Africa. Meanwhile, we've always been a royal people of the Most High God.
That's right.
So Most High willing, brother, you can understand that. Continue to watch the channel, and if you have any questions, you can just comment with us. Most High willing, man, you know this brother, and you keep this brother close to you, because there's a mighty brother to keep in your contact, and he'll definitely be able to steer you in the right direction when it comes to getting closer to the Most High. I'll praise to the Most High, brother. Have a good rest of y'all day.
Say, you got a pen on?
All praise to the Most High. That's what it's all about, man. As I mentioned, or should I say as the scriptures mention, the fear of the Most High God is going to be the beginning of our knowledge. Can we get that what we had in the book of Sirach, chapter 10, brother?
Bring it out, huh?
Can you real quick, brother, graph me the book of Sirach, chapter 19, and verse 24? Okay, it's very important that we have a fear of the Most High God in these last days. As I mentioned, that's why he said that it's the beginning of our knowledge. Because before you attain to anything else, if you don't have a fear of the Most High God, you're going to end up going astray. Okay, that's the foundation of which your knowledge should be built. That's why you'll see people who may know many things. Most people come out here and they want to argue with the brothers out here, even though we let the Bible speak. Okay, you can confound me in an argument, but you're not going to confound this word. Okay, and a person that actually seeks the fear of the Most High God first is going to be able to attain to the true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Matter of fact, let's prove that first, brother. Sirach 19, verse 24.
Book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 24, and it reads thus. He that had small understanding and feared Yahawah.
He that has small understanding, but if he fears the Most High God, what, bro?
It's better than one that had much wisdom.
But I know a lot about science, brother.
It's better than one that had much wisdom.
Brother, I can build spaceships like Elon Musk.
It's better than one that had much wisdom. in transgression the law of the Most High.
So having a fear of the Most High God is some of the most important things you can have. Hey, brother, you don't have a couple of minutes for a couple of Bible verses, do you?
Just two of them.
It's two, brother. Real quick, brother. They real important before you go. Okay, again, that's why we say it requires us that we have a fear of the Most High God. Okay, can we also go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, brother, and start at verse 20? All right, this is what's going to happen to us who don't have a fear of the Most High God. As we mentioned how important that is, it's greater than even wisdom and knowledge. Okay, he that hath a small understanding but fears the Most High God is greater than him that has much wisdom but transgressing. So a lot of people, they know too much for their own good. And unfortunately, most of the things that you know come from a place of deceit. We just brought out a mighty lesson about that, about where our school system comes from. You really think your school system was created for your benefit, by people who love you, by people who want to see you prosper? No, if they couldn't treat you right, what makes you think they're going to teach you right? All right, so your school system even comes from a place of deception, but many of us are puffed up on knowledge, and unfortunately, it's not really true knowledge. It's a bunch of lies and deceit. So how good is that if it doesn't also have the fear of the Most High God? Let's get what you got, brother.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, and verse 12.
Look it up.
The beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
What is the beginning of pride?
The beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
What is this Edomite man's education system?
The beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
That's where your science was created from. Okay, this prideful man departed from the Most High, and now he forgets his maker. The verse is going to get into that, but I just want to incorporate, you think it was an accident that they try to explain everything off of some kind of random event. Okay, all the planets, everything that they say happened based on the Big Bang Theory, and it just popped into existence. Right. Even some of their own scientists are coming out of that. Okay, I watch a lot of documentaries, and a lot of them will just tell you behind closed doors, we can't even explain most of the stuff they're trying to tell you. Okay, they're just trying to make up excuse in order to take the Most High out of the way of people, okay? So instead of us giving honor and praise to our Maker, to our Creator, we just like to think of everything we can. That's why people end up going into a life of nihilism. Okay, if you tell them that everything just happened just because, what really matters anymore? We just spinning on this globe for no reason, huh? Just from a luck and a whim in the wind, huh? Like somebody threw the dice and like, boom, existence. Like that's really what science looks like. And that's why most people now don't even have a real fear for the Most High God, because we've been confused with this Edomite man science. And we think that they know more than our own Creator. Start from the top again, bro.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, and verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
That's our problem, is we've departed from the Most High God, and now we think we know way more than we actually know. Keep going, brother.
And his heart is turned away from his maker.
His heart is turned away from who, brother?
From his maker.
No, brother, we was made from monkeys.
From his maker.
No, brother, some stuff, some stardust in space blew up and created everything we see today.
From his maker.
Okay, from his maker. Keep going, brother.
For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities, and overthrew them utterly.
We also now jump down to verse 18. As we mentioned, we brought this out about how mighty and how important it is to have a fear of the Most High God in these last days. And how you doing, brother? Y'all have a couple of minutes for like 3 Bible verses. We was actually reading, brother. We're just going to keep going where we at. All praise to the Most High. Listen to how mighty this is, brother. Start at verse 18.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 18.
Look it up.
Pride was not made for men, nor fury and anger for them that are born of a woman. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed.
Say that what, brother?
They that fear the Lord are a sure seed.
See, right now, before you came in, we were discussing the importance of having the fear of the Most High God. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7 says that the fear of the Most High God is the beginning of knowledge. And we love how you break that down, because most people who don't have a fear of the Most High God can't even stop to listen. We kind of likened it to your parents. Okay, how likely are you to listen to your father, to your mother, if you have no true respect or reverence for them? Okay, so the fear of the Most High God is the beginning of our knowledge, because you can't even learn something if you don't have the fear enough to even stop and listen. Okay, so the same way we ought to honor and fear and respect and reverence our mother and father, how much more so the Most High God? That's why the fear of the Most High God is going to be the beginning of our knowledge. Keep going with that, bro.
And they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable. So are they that fear the Lord in his eyes.
So this is saying that amongst brethren, the most chiefest men is not as honorable as those that fear the Most High God. We got to keep going. It gets more into that, brother. Keep going.
The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority.
Think about that. The fear of the Most High God goes before the obtaining of authority. How many Christian preachers are calling themselves bishop right now? You know, you got bishop this and reverend this and pastor this and deacon this, but how many of them actually keep the commandments of the Most High God? Okay, we also learned that if you have a fear of the Most High God, you're going to keep his commandments. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see people that look for authority. That's why you'll have, and I'm just using this brother, not that we have hatred for this brother, but we have to tell the truth. You have somebody like T.D. Jakes that has a congregation of 50,000 people. Okay, these are men who may have seek authority, but they said that those men are in nowhere near more better than those who actually have a fear of the Most High God. That's why he chooses people like that in the world. Think about the 12 disciples that Jesus chose. Okay, they weren't teaching in somebody's church. They weren't ministering in somebody's church, and they weren't over a lot of people. So Yahawah is going to choose those who actually have a fear of the Most High God and that are willing to come back to his law, statutes, and commandments. Right. Finish that out, bro.
The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
Keep going, brother.
Whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord.
Their glory is the fear of the Most High God. Keep going, brother.
It is not meet to despise the poor man that hath understanding, neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man. Great men and judges and potentates shall be honored.
Great men, judges shall be honored, but what, brother?
Yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord.
That's why we started off with this lesson. Okay, whether you're a great man or judge, no one is greater than those who fear the Most High God. So I don't know if y'all have it, but can we get them brothers to fly? Can they do
right here,
fly?
I got it.
I'll praise you. If you scan that, we have QR codes on there where you can get attached to our YouTube page. We come out here every Saturday, Most High willing, at 4 o'clock, and we teach our people the truth of the Bible. Because it was prophesied in the book of Matthew chapter 24 that in the last days, this true gospel, matter of fact, can I get, because we just like to show people what we're saying, because I'm just a man, we want you to get it out of the Bible. Matthew 24, let's start at verse 10. This is the reason why this is so important in these last days, because Jesus Christ himself prophesied what the last days were going to look like. Listen to this one.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
That's the last days time. Many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. Keep going, bro.
And because iniquity shall abound.
Iniquity is sin. Okay, transgression of the law. So many people are going to be teaching things like the law is done away with, or we don't have to keep God's commandments. And I'm pretty sure you've heard this before. Okay, nobody in church is teaching us to keep the commandments anymore. They just tell you, hey, if you just believe, everything is going to be okay. Right. Well, it seems like they got a discrepancy with the Bible. Okay, how are we going to be as sinners going into the kingdom of heaven when the Most High is telling us to come away from sin? So we're not saying that we're not going to slip up and make mistakes, or that any of us don't have righteousness that we need to seek out. But it's just false doctrine to tell people they don't have to keep the Most High's commandments. Keep going. Absolutely. Let them finish. I'll praise it. Let them finish this one.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
That's so mighty. He that endures to the end. You know what you have to endure? All of this deception, all of these false doctrines, all of these false teachers. Keep going, brother.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
I love that, but you got to sit and actually meditate on that. It said that this gospel shall be preached into the world for all nations as a witness. All to bring this out. What does a witness do? A witness testifies against you. So that means that everybody would have had a chance to hear the truth of the Bible before their time for judgment. Nobody's going to be able to get up there to the Most High and say, hey, nobody ever told me. Right. No, at some point, this gospel would have been preached to you as a witness. But listen to what he says.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
And then what, brother?
And then shall the end come.
So that's how we understand what day and time that we're in. Us brothers was not preachers before we came out here. Right. Okay, the Most High chooses sinners of the world that he may confound the wise. That's a scripture. He chooses the foolish of the world that they may confound the wise. So in the same way that he chose those disciples who weren't necessarily teaching congregations, they're not popular. You don't see us brothers have 50,000 people lined up here, but still we're out here doing our best to give you the truth of what the Bible actually says. So again, that YouTube QR code is on there. We teach our people to come back to the truth of the Bible. If you are from the lineage of the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it's a good chance that you could be a children of Israel. Right. Okay, because our history ties into these people, the Israelites. Everybody in the Bible, people love to say the Israelites don't matter. That's another deception in church. But think about it. Give me one person that wrote a book in the Bible that wasn't an Israelite. Right. You can't do it. So obviously the Most High is dealing with Israelites. Okay, if it was about everybody else, whether you got Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Jesus, Moses, you name anyone in this Bible who the Most High used for his word, and they were all Israelites. And it turns out, if you do check that channel out, you'll see proof evidence, not only through the Bible, but through history and archaeology, how we show you that the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children of Israel. And in these last days, we have to come back to the Most High and his laws, statutes, and commandments. All praises. Hey, thank you, our brothers, for stopping. All praise to the Most High. Again, that's what it's all about, man. Can we also get that what we had in the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20? You still got that up? And this is a mighty example of what those that our elder and our sister don't look like. Okay, because many people in the last days aren't going to have a fear of the Most High God. And that's why they'll say they love the Most High God, but they can't even stop for 5 minutes to hear a couple of verses. This could have been the most important 5 minutes of your life. And it ain't about me, because see, I know you're looking at the vessel that the Most High uses. And you tell yourself, matter of fact, I heard Brother Naquan, and no, the brothers from Sons of Thunder brought this out mighty. You know what? You just don't see us brothers as holy men. He was like, if we had on them Roman Catholic robes and we was walking around like, oh, you know, you're looking for a dog and pony show. Right. Now people will be looking at you because they judging from the appearance, and they'll say, man, them must be holy men. Let's listen to them. But you have no idea what a set apart man looks like. Okay, it says that these laws, statutes, and commandments is going to make us set apart. So that's why most people are able to keep going by, because they want to judge the messenger. They want to judge by appearance. But at the end of the day, we have to have ears to hear and eyes to see. And we're going to get the judgment on that if we don't, brother. Proverbs 1 and 20.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20, and it reads thus. Bring it out. Wisdom quiet without, she uttered her voice in the streets. We love this scripture.
It says that wisdom cried without, and she uttered her voice in the streets. We just found out that the fear of the Most High God is the beginning of your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So again, you're going to have the opportunity to hear this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. She's crying without within the streets. What else, brother?
She cried in the chief place of the concourse, in the openness of the gates. In the city, she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple one?
How long what?
How long, ye simple one?
Think about how prophetic this is. Okay, brothers love to come out here and tell us we teaching hate, but it's obvious that you're not reading the Bible and see that this is just prophecy coming to pass. The wisdom would be crying without in the streets, in the chief place of concourse, asking you how long are you going to stay in your simple ways. What else, brother?
Will ye love simplicity? In the scorners.
Got a minute for the Bible, brother?
In the scorners, delight in their scorning. And fools hate knowledge.
What do fools do, brother?
And fools hate knowledge.
That can't be made any more plain. That's why most people are going to continue to walk and they're not going to stop. Keep going out.
Turn you as my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Now, brother, Matthew 24 was a lie.
I will make known my words unto you.
So as we brought out in Matthew 24, this gospel of the kingdom will be taught into all nations as a witness. How you doing, brother? You don't have a minute for this Bible verse, do you? Come. All right, so again, this making this prophetic. Okay, you would have his words made known to you. And that's a scary thing, man, because as I said, that means that in Judgment Day, you won't have an excuse. You won't be able to say nobody ever told me or I never knew. You would have had the ability to reject or to accept the words of the Most High. Keep going, brother.
Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity.
I always bring this out. This sounds just to me. Okay, all the time that the Most High was trying to call out to you and get you to understand, have an ear to hear, have eyes to see. The wisdom was crying without in the streets and you paid no attention to it. Is it not only fair that the Most High doesn't pay attention to you in the day of your calamity? And I love that because we know that's how most people think. Okay, we know that most people won't be able to receive this word until that calamity hits them. Like the minute you're in your hospital bed, everybody wants to call upon Jesus. Like, I don't mean this to be fun because I don't take this as a joke at all. But every once in a while I'll go on Facebook and you'll see some of the most godless people, the minute they're going through their calamity, hey, can everybody send up some prayers for me? Right. Think about that. How many times did the Most High tell you, hey, can you keep my law, statutes, and commandments? Are you able to attain to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? But the minute something happens in your family, or the minute something happens to you, everybody's on Facebook like, I even hear, what's the thing? Hey, can my prayer warriors out there, put forth some prayers for me? Can they help me out? And brothers ain't saying this to laugh at you, but we just saying, how hypocritical is that? That you had no time, you had no space for the Most High, but the minute you're in your calamity, now you want all the prayer warriors to come out and come to your aid. Okay, this is what the Most High is saying. He's on our words. Start that from again, brother, about he's going to laugh at their calamity.
Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me.
See? Brothers ain't making that up. We know that says that. It don't matter about our words. This is thus saith the Most High. Then when you call upon him, what else, brother?
But I will not answer.
No, he's going to answer him, brother.
But I will not answer.
No, he's going to send forth 100 of his prayer warriors and come to the rescue.
But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. But that they hated knowledge.
But they hated what, brother?
But they hated knowledge.
All the people was on Facebook sharing your Hebrew Israelite post. All the people that was on Facebook saying, turn from your wicked ways. Let's come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. But they hated what?
They hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahawah.
That's why we brought that out, brother. Think about how mighty of a circle, the full circle that comes around to. Because they hated the knowledge and they would not choose the fear of the Most High God. Brother, just finish that out. There's a little bit more left on that. Hey, how you doing, sis? You have a minute for like 2 Bible verses, dude.
There's 2 of them, sister.
Can we just finish these last 2 out that we already bringing? All praise to the Most High. Let's listen to these.
God. So in verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahawah.
This is the Most High giving a judgment to people who said that they hated knowledge and they would not choose the fear of the Most High God. So in the last days, he was going to put his word that all who had a fear of him may be able to hear. So we come out here every Saturday at 4 o'clock and we may bring this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding out. Right. This could be a time for you to be getting that as well. Okay, let's let them finish it out, sister.
God, there were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore, shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
Therefore what, brother?
Therefore, they shall eat of the fruit of their own way.
Now, we started this before you came up, sister, but I want to just ask you a question. If the Most High God called out to you 10 times to come back to his law, statutes, and commandments, is it fair or unfair that the minute something happens to you and you call out to him, he doesn't answer you? Is that fair? You say it's not fair? If I call out to you, let's say 3 times, and I'm like, hey, stop, you're about to run into a ditch. And then I say it again, hey, listen, stop, you're about to run into a ditch. And then I say again, hey, listen, stop, you're about to run into a ditch. And then you run into the ditch, and you say to me, hey, I didn't stop, I'm in the ditch, can you help me? And I'm like, hey, I can help you, because I asked you not to run into the ditch and you kept going. Does that sound fair? Why do you say that, sister? What's that, sister? It does, huh? Well, that's what the Most High God is saying about coming back to his word. Okay, he said that he will continuously try to pour out his word into his people, and that we ought to have ears to hear and eyes to see. Because one day we're going to be calling upon him, and if we didn't have a moment to hear him, it's only fair that he doesn't have a moment to hear us. Does that sound fair? So in these last days, we just want to wake you up for that. Do you know who the children of Israel are, sister? Have you ever heard of them?
Right.
Have you ever heard of Israelites? Are you aware that you were descended from those people? You don't think that's you, sister? Because the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans actually fit the prophecies of the children of Israel. It was prophesied that we would be torn away from our heritage. That's what the whole book is about when it comes to Israel. That they were people that were torn away from their heritage. Let me just ask you, sister, what do you call yourself? What do you call your nationality or your race? You call it what, sister? Black? Are you really black, sister? Are you really black? My shoes are black, sister. Are you this color? You're not that color, right? Why are you calling yourself that?
Right.
Who do you think came up with the label black?
Right.
What's that, sister? It was your oppressor, sister.
Right.
Think about it. They came up with the label black. And if I told you something was a black cat, what kind of cat do you think it is? A bad cat, right? What about a black alley?
Black magic.
What about black magic? What color do you wear at a funeral? Black again, right? They labeled that with you because they wanted to associate you with something negative. Now think about the opposite of that. Think about white. Now meanwhile, look how white that sign is right there. You know anybody that's as white as that right there? So nobody is as white as that sign. Nobody's as black as this shoe. But yet we're people that are walking around calling ourselves black. And then you have another people that are walking around calling themselves white. When you really break down these labels, they did that because they were trying to take you away from who you truly are, sister. We're not black, we're not African Americans, we're not niggers or Negroes or any of those terms that our oppressors put on us. We actually are the true biblical children of Israel. Can my brother give you a flyer real quick before you go? Because I don't want you to leave without this information, sister. There's so many things that I would like to teach you, but of course if you only have like 5 minutes, you can't get into everything. But there's QR codes on that flyer. If you scan them, you can go to our YouTube page. We teach our people the truth of the Bible, what it really says. So you'll find out that we are the children of Israel, you and your daughter, your family. If you have a husband, definitely show it with him, because he's got to be able to come back to that and lead his family into righteousness. So, absolutely. So understand that. Go to the QR code, download the YouTube video. We teach our people who they are, and most importantly, whose they are. Once you know that you're a child of Israel, we have to come back to the Most High God. I'll pray. My brother's just going to read a verse, okay, while you go on.
Book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 3, and read this. Read out. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
This is Paul talking about his brother, his kinsmen, according to the flesh. So even our forefathers were trying to go out there and save their people. Exactly what us brothers are trying to do for you, sister. Keep going.
Who are Israelites?
No, who are black people.
Who are Israelites?
No, who are African Americans.
Who are Israelites?
Sister, you got to ask yourself these questions.
Right.
Okay, it said that the children of Israel don't know who they are, and they don't even consider. So you have a people that are literally walking around calling themselves black, even though their skin is brown.
Right.
Okay, and we're not making fun, sister, because we were all in that same way. So don't think we're doing this like pointing the finger. We're doing it that we may help to wake you up if we can do so. Okay, we are those people that are walking around calling ourselves things and we don't even know why we do it. We're not black, we're not African Americans. We are the children of Israel, sister. So most high willing, you can check the page out and continue to grow and increase. Again, we're out here Saturdays at 4 o'clock. If you ever want to come back down and learn more, most high willing will be able to give that to you. Did you have any questions about anything, sister? I'll praise to YouTube, our sister. I'll praise to the Most High. That's the book of Proverbs chapter 1 coming to life. Okay, many people that are going to have ears to hear and eyes to see are going to be able to receive the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's why we brought that out first. Those people that actually have a true fear of the Most High God are going to be able to receive the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Matter of fact, brother, I want to bring that out one more time. I know we brought it out to that couple, but can we go back to the book of Sirach chapter 10 and start at verse 18? Let's get that, bro.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 18.
Bring it out, up.
Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman.
So pride wasn't even made for a man. Okay, there's a scripture that said we're just but dust and ashes. How are we walking around proud like, but that's how you know that that's that Edomite man doing it to you. Because now they tell you, now we worship these men. They tell you come from monkeys, and guess what? You believe it. You always, matter of fact, can we get that in the book of Romans chapter 10 and verse 17 real quick out? Okay, you know what that's called? It's called having faith. You've never seen a monkey go from a monkey to a human in your life. You've never seen a human go from a human to a monkey. But yet you believe all of these things as these people tell you, and the truth is because you have faith in what they say. You look down on us brothers because we put our faith in the Most High God, but look at all the things that you put your faith in. They told you come from monkeys and you believed it. They told you that everything that you see happened, like I said, by a random shoot of the dice, and somebody threw the dice and boom, everything that you see is in front of you. That's what the Big Bang Theory essentially is. That's why they can always explain to you the what, but nobody can explain to you the why. They try to tell you we know what happened, but nobody can tell you why it happened. All of these things happen just because, we just that damn lucky, right? Okay, that's the final faith in these people. Can we get that real quick? Romans 10 and 17, huh?
Book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 17, read thus. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God.
Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High God. And as I mentioned, the reason why so many of us put our faith in this Edomite man science, this Edomite man history, we even believe that the world happened in the way that he happened, like outside of the planets and the creation creation of everything, we believe that history took place in the same way that they say it did. And that's how you should really uncover that they full of it. Because if you can uncover 4 lies, I guarantee you there's a 5th. And if you can uncover a 5th, I guarantee you there's a 6th. So the minute they told you that history happened like this, you should already know, well, if you lied about this, what's making you not lie about that? For example, this sign that we put out here, that everybody says that means that we're teaching hate. But we literally know that that's a lie. The Bible itself proves that that's a lie. That our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who we of course call Yahawah, was nowhere near this pale-faced, stringy-haired, blue-eyed man. And you think it's hateful for us brothers to say that, or is it the truth? Okay, the truth sounds a lot like hate to the person that's trying to tell the lie. The people that's trying to tell the lie, they hate questions, they hate accusations, and they hate you going to pull out the facts. So if these people would lie to you about what our Lord and Savior looks like, they would lie to us about what happened to his true people. What else would they lie to you about? Everything. Okay, so you got to be careful putting your faith in men, and us brothers, we put our faith in the Most High God. Can we also go to the book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 20 out? What I have you on? Oh yeah, just finish that a little bit more, brother. Matter of fact, let's get what you got first, brother, in the book of Romans chapter 1, let's start at verse 20.
Book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 20, and read thus. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen.
Think about that. I love that verse because you got to really sit and meditate on that. This says that the invisible things of the world that were created of him are clearly seen. You know what that means? That means you should look out and be like, man, no man made this. No man made it. No man can explain it. No man knows where it comes from. That's why Paul's giving you straight up wisdom. Like the things that are clearly seen is visible. You can't miss it. You should never be able to walk outside and say, man, you know what, this just came on the roll of the dice, man. On the roll of the dice, we got mountains, hills, valleys, oceans, rivers. And think about it, not only are these things created, but we need all of these things. Okay, so not only are our oceans created, but we need oceans. Not only are the water and fruit and trees created, but these are the very thing that makes us live. Everything is in harmony. That they'll tell you is that on the roll of the dice, man. So Paul is just breaking his wisdom down clearly to us, that the things that are clearly seen. Keep going with that out.
Being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse.
So they are what?
Without excuse.
No, brother, the Big Bang Theory.
Without excuse.
No, the Edomite man told me that all the chemicals and elements came together. Hey, me and my son looked this up, man. And I'm not lying when I tell you this. Guess how they said the oceans are here on the earth? They said that a bunch of comets that were filled with water crashed. I'm not, look it up if you think I'm lying. This is the scientific explanation for how the 4 oceans were created. Okay, a bunch of meteors that were full of ice crash landed on Earth, on the planet Earth, and all of a sudden all the water that you see was created from those meteors or those asteroids hitting Earth. Think about that. Shalom, brother. Shalom. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Now, we just want to bring that up again. Think about that. Like I said, that's real research that we did. The scientific explanation for all of the oceans that we see came about because a bunch of meteors that were filled with water hit a rocky planet, and all of a sudden we got a planet that's 70% water. Like they just tell you what this is what they're doing, brother. Keep going.
Verse 21. Because, so that they are without excuse. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as Yahawah, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination.
In their what, brother?
In their imagination.
What is the Big Bang Theory?
In their imagination.
What is the thought that a bunch of water meteors hit the earth and now we got oceans?
But became vain in their imagination.
What about the fact that we came from monkeys, brother?
But became vain in their imagination.
That's a vain imagination. That's a vain imagination. There's no way you should walk out of your house. That's why there's so many buildings in Babylon the Great. Right? Because you know what you see when you look up more than the Most High and his creations? There. You look around and almost feel like we living in a cave, huh? A big old brick concrete cave. But imagine if all of these things didn't exist and every single night you got to walk out and see all of the stars that are in the heavens. You got to see the planets, you got to see the waters, you got to see the mountains, you got to see the trees. Us brothers talked about this before. When we grew up, I don't know how old people is, but we grew up in a time where you could go outside and pick fresh fruit off a tree. I came up in Louisiana and I spent some time in Georgia. We could go outside and just pick up like 2,000 pecans. Pecans just falling all in our backyard. Apples falling all out of the trees. Peaches and plums and everything, single fruit you can think of. Where's those trees and things now? They're literally trying to wipe the Most High off the earth, or should I say wipe the fate of him off of the earth. So you look around and you see all these buildings and fast food restaurants, and now you're giving him all the honor and glory. Woo, thank the Edomite man for McDonald's. Thank him for Taco Bell. Meanwhile, there's people that are hungry. There's people on the streets that would have something to eat if these trees were still producing fruit. Because God forbid, if we actually had that, people would go outside and guess what they do? They worship the Most High. They understand that the Most High existed. Keep going from there, brother, because that's mighty. That's why most of you don't have a fear of the Most High God in these last days. You put your faith in this Edomite man's science, this Edomite man's history, and the world according to how he said it happened. When the things of the Most High can clearly be seen. Keep going, brother.
God, in their foolish heart was darkened, professing themselves to be wise.
They profess themselves to be what?
Professing themselves to be wise.
Who is Albert Einstein?
Professing themselves to be wise.
Who is Isaac Newton?
Professing themselves to be wise.
Who is Elon Musk?
Professing themselves to be wise. They become fools.
They became fools. Keep going, brother.
And changed the glory of the uncorruptible Yahawah into an image made like corruptible men.
I told you. Okay? They changed what is clearly seen in the uncorruptible Most High. It's okay. We don't take any donations, but it's okay. Thank you. Keep going, brother.
God, verse 23, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible Yahawah into an image made like corruptible men, into birds, into four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore, God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Hey, here's the key. Matter of fact, you already know it, huh?
I see it.
Because after all this stuff we're bringing out, look at this mighty question Paul is going to ask us, brother. Let's get it.
God, who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Think about that. Meditate on that. That's why I say they've taught faith out of. That's why we brought up that mighty lesson about the school system. As we mentioned, our American education school system was adopted from a Prussian and Polish conflict in the 1700s, the late 1700s. Okay, you had men like Johann Gottlieb Fichte, who actually implemented that system, and then you had a man named Horace Mann, who came and let America adopt that system. So the whole idea of having this so-called American education system, where we think it was done for our benefit, was done under the guise of oppression, was done under the guise of deception. Okay, they did these things that they may oppress and deceive a people. As we brought out, like that man quoted, that after one generation, if you're able to teach your people's children, you can stop them from being able to think. Just think about what happens after you kill your parents off. Let's make this plain. If all the adults died right now and everybody here was left under 10 years old, they're going to send you to that school and make you pledge allegiance to the flag. And they're going to make you say stuff like Jesus is right. They're going to put this image in your face. That's why all of these things are so important to bring out. Meanwhile, people tell us that we're the hateful ones. As I said before, truth sounds a lot like hate to the liars. So of course they're going to tell us that we're the hateful ones. But you got to understand the history that they're trying to hide from us. Okay, I love that scripture. Say it one more time, brother. Start from there.
God,
Okay, well listen to this, brother. Check this out.
who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Who knows? I know brothers out here know. Who knows? Who changed the truth of the Most High God into a lie? Us brothers know, and now we're being said that we teach hate. Like we just brought out, what is the nationality of that man, Johann Gottlieb Fichte? Okay, that man was from Prussia, and he was a German. Okay, what do you think Horace Mann's nationality was? What do you think John D. Rockefeller's nationality was? Okay, so these are the people who changed the truth of the Most High God into a lie. You think they created science and all of these man-made philosophies for your benefit? Can we go to the book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8, brother? Let's finish that out.
God, and worship and serve the creature more than creator.
And that's the key right there. That's what this Edomite man wants you to do. Hey, brother, you ain't got a minute for a Bible verse, dude. Come, let's get that last one he just read, brother. Because right now we're exposing the liar that the Bible speaks of. And we're going to tell you the deception that he's put on this earth and what Most High willing we can come out of, brother.
Book of Romans, chapter 1, and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who changed the truth of the Most High God into a lie, brother? Who's created all of the systems that make us think that there's no more God? Who created this modern day man science and told you that we came from monkeys? Who created the idea of the Big Bang Theory? What kind of people though, brother? Because this is asking a mighty question. We're uncovering who changed the truth of the Most High God into a lie. It was our oppressors, brother. So whoever's walking around doing all of this deceiving is the devil that the Bible speaks of, brother. I'm gonna real quick give you this image. That's him. Most High willing, brother, you're able to receive the increase. Look, we're gonna keep going from there, brother. Let's finish that out, brother. Shalom, Mark.
God, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
And that's exactly what they want you to do. Worship the creature more than you worship the creator. That's what's so important about us parents being able to show our child in the way that they should go. Because we're required to give our children to this man's system. Okay, for 12 years, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you have to send your child to their system that they can be brainwashed into not believing any of the things that you teach them, but yet they have to learn the things that their oppressor teaches them. As I mentioned, these things were not done on accident. They adopted that system from a conflict where people actually oppressed another people. You have something, brother?
Bring it out, huh?
All praise to the Most High.
This is Job chapter 9, starting at verse 24.
Bring it out.
That's it, bro.
Given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges, therefore. He is not. Where is he? And who is he?
All praise to the Most High. But in fact, we want to get that one out on the mic, brother. Can we get that real quick? I got it right. You got Job? Let's get that out.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Now that's so mighty. Because it's answering that question about who is it that deceived the whole world. Who taught you to think that the Most High God isn't real? Who taught you to worship the creature more than the creator? So think about it. We worshiping humans who we know were created more than the person that actually created that human. That's why you're putting all these scientists up on the pedestal like they know more than they know, and that wisdom is vain. Can we also grab the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18, brother? Finish that. Start that from the top. One more time.
Verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the earth was given into the hands of this wicked man. That's why we know. That's how we know who the one is doing it. Okay, keep going, brother.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
What is Caesar Borgia?
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Keep going, brother.
If not, where and who is he?
That's a great question. He's asking, like, if it's not that man, who and where is he? Okay, who has done all of these things?
Aye.
Can we also go to the book of Micah, chapter 2? Brother, I say we can start at verse 4. Let's get what you got out.
Aye. Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 18, and read thus: Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seeming to be wise in this world,
If any man among you think that he's wise in this world, what, brother?
let him become a fool.
Let him do what?
Let him become a fool.
No, brother, I went to school for 12 years, and then I went to college for 4 years, and then I went to doctorate school for 2 more years.
Let him become a fool.
That's what most people can't do. You can't humble yourself. If any man think himself to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that what, brother?
God. Let him become a fool. Slaughter. God. Let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
I love that. You have to become a fool before you become wise. That's really what it means to be baptized. Like I know a lot of us were taught that we got to be dipped in water and we're going to come out listening and a whole new person. But no, we have to have a renewing of our mind. This is how you receive that renewing of your mind. All of those things that you thought made you wise, drop it. You've been taught a bunch of lies and deceit. Start that over from there again, brother.
God. Let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahawah.
What is the wisdom of this world, brother?
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahawah.
The wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High God. So again, we're living and we're putting our faith into all of these things that we know our oppressors taught us. But as we mentioned, that we learned from our good brother Jonathan, man, if these people can't treat you right, what in the world makes you think they're going to teach you right? Okay, they're doing way more oppression with your teaching than they are doing with your deceiving. And we can prove that, brother. Can we real quick also go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 4, and also hold the book of Revelations chapter 3 and verse 17. Let's get what you got out there. Micah chapter 2, let's start at verse 2 now.
book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 5.
Get up.
Verse 2.
Verse 2.
Verse 2.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
They do what, brother?
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
Think about who does this. Okay, who's known for taking fields and taking them by violence?
Right.
What happened to the Native Americans? What happened to the Hispanics?
Right.
What happened to the so-called Negroes who were in our own land? Okay, people love to say, man, that we out here teaching hate, and we have no proof about who this man is. Can we real quick, brother, go to the book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 16? Man, I need a couple of previous verses. Yeah, what I got you holding out. In Revelation 3 and verse 17. We'll keep that, brother. Y'all should, let's get that Matthew chapter 7, and let's start at verse 16, brother.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 16.
Get up.
Ye shall know them by their fruit.
How do we uncover this man of sin?
Ye shall know them by their fruit.
That's very important, because this man is a fugitive and a vagabond amongst the earth. So the way that we uncover this man of sin, the way we uncover the devil that the Bible speaks of, is that we shall know him by their fruits. So you have to think about what kind of person fits Job 9 and 24. What kind of person is being over the entire earth and is the wicked of the earth and covering the faces of the judges thereof. Okay, so that's how we uncover who this man is. Keep going out.
Do man gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
A corrupt tree does what, brother?
Bring forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire.
That's why this man's systems gotta go. My brothers say that all the time. When you really become wise about what's going on and what has gone on, it should frustrate you. Okay, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7 tells you that surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Think about that. It said it has to make the wise man mad. Oppression's not gonna make a fool mad. You'll never know. You'll just be walking around here like, man, thank God for Burger King. Even though that might be straight up 100% rat ass. Like, we don't even know where that meat comes from. All right, but you'll have a fool telling you, man, thank God for Burger King, man. Thank God for pork. Thank God for all these abominable things. A wise man is going to be mad when he senses the oppression. And then likewise, a gift destroys the heart. So you'll have so many people that'll come right up here and tell you, y'all got LeBron James, don't it? And that does what? That does what? That's why we're going to bring out the scriptures you got. See, people don't understand that being poor is so much more than not having finances. It's so much more than not having a house or a nice car. No, you can be poor because you're left in a docile estate. You can be poor because you've been ripped away from your true heritage and nationality. You can be poor because you don't have the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High God. And we're going to prove that, but keep going out.
Verse 21.
No, just verse 20 out one more time.
Verse 20. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them.
How do we know who this Edomite man is?
Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them.
So you need to follow the fruits. It's just like a trail. If you really want to identify who these people are, by their fruits you should know him. So let's see who fits this. Let's go again, brother, the book of Micah chapter 2 and starting at verse 2. Who on the earth today bears this fruit?
Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
Covet fields, which means the whole reason why you got Africa, where does that come from? Leo Scipios Africanus. Okay, these Roman generals who used to take over lands and name them after their own generals. Where did America come from? Okay, even the name Philippines, like a man named King Philip. Think about all the names that have been colonized and taken over by these people. So we identifying them by their fruits. What else, brother?
And houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Now that's so mighty, man. We was talking about this the other night. You'll watch the old Ten Commandments movie, and this European man is playing the role of the Egyptians. He's playing the role of the Hebrews. He's everybody. So here you are in North Africa, and you've made everybody look like you. Say that one more time, brother.
Therefore, thus, and they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
They oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. So who on the earth is doing these things? Keep going, brother.
Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go constantly, for this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you.
Think about this. I want brothers to listen to this, because brothers again will say that we're teaching hate, but this was prophetic, that in that day this would happen. As we mentioned, that man of sin would be revealed in pursuing the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Okay, this man of sin in that day will be revealed. Meaning people will come out and they'll say this about that man. Finish on.
In that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation and say, we be utterly spoiled.
What are us Hebrew Israelites coming out here to do?
We be utterly spoiled.
That's all it is. We coming out here to let you know that this man has utterly spoiled us and all the nations of the earth. What else, brother?
He had changed the portion of my people.
What is North America and South America?
He had changed the portion of my people.
He had changed a portion of my people. Right. This is prophetic. Somebody would have to come out here and tell that Edomite man to his face that these are the things that he's done in the earth. We would have to reveal that man of sin and tell him that these are the things he's done in the earth. It was you that changed the portion of my people. It was you that took over my land. You kicked all our Hispanic brothers out of Texas, out of California, out of all of the western states, and you call it manifest destiny. You can look that up. That's what they said. They felt like they had the ability to take over every single thing in the world because God had ordained them to do so. I shared with my brothers a document that was written by Benjamin Franklin in 1751. Okay, where he said that the world didn't have enough white and red people in it. And it was their duty to make sure that they increased their numbers and decreased ours. That's some of the real reasons why some people in the North during the time of the Civil War didn't want more slavery, because they were afraid of more black and brown people being on this side of the hemisphere. Okay, but it was always a plot for them to be able to take over the entire world. So even if that wasn't true, you should know them by their fruit. So is that not what they did? Okay, did you not go and kill and rape, rob, and pillage many lands? And now we think the Native Americans look like Brad Pitt. Right. You know, now we think that all of the true Mexicans look like Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, this is not by accident. These indigenous people were melanated people, but they were taken and conquered, and then the other people came and took over for them. So this is identifying them by their fruits. You can tell us brothers be hateful, but as I mentioned, truth sounds a lot like hate to the people that are living under the lie. Right. That's what that really is. Okay, finish that out, brother, in the book of Micah.
How had he removed it from me? Turning away, he had divided our fields.
He had divided what?
He had divided our fields.
What all they do to Africa? And that's crazy what they did to Africa. Africa's 50 different countries and like 200 different tribes, and they're pillaging that place. Okay, I think I did a study. It said that 70% of the world's resources come from Africa. So Africa is feeding the entire world, yet they're one of the most poorest regimes in the entire world. So they're literally getting blood sucked by vampires for all of their resources, for all of their goods, and yet they don't reap any of the benefits of it. So who's came out and did these things? You had something up?
It's crazy because they sat back and used their own people against Gaddafi, because Obama is king. Uh-huh. And Gaddafi is what? King.
Absolutely. That's their MO. Okay, their whole MO is to do the dirt and then hide their hands and pretend like they're clean. That's why they're not going to just go wage war on Africa. No, they're going to send their CIA operatives in there to go convince and arm other people that they may do their bidding. So you go arm a regime in Africa and you pay them to go and kill other brothers on your behalf. That's how they get down, because they want to look like a lamb, but meanwhile they're going to be speaking like a dragon. Okay, they're going to be performing in the earth like a dragon. Do we have anything left on that, brother? Just read verse 5 one more time.
Therefore, thou shalt have none that shall cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord.
Okay, that's being made plain. We're identifying the person that covered lands and take them by violence, that oppressed a man, his house, and his heritage. So if you see people that are coveting lands, taking them by violence, stealing people's nationality, okay, these are their fruits. So that's how we identify who these people are. Let's get what you got off in the book of Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 4. Because I heard this, matter of fact, and it sounded like a sincere brother. I seen him in the comments and he was like, yeah, you know, you Hebrew Israelites, man, y'all do a lot of teaching, but I'm not oppressed, man. Y'all always trying to be victims. I don't want to be a victim. The sad thing about it is you don't understand what oppression looks like. You think just because you're able to drive a car and go to a house that everything is good. Okay, we're going to prove that, brother. Let's go to Jeremiah 5 and verse 4.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 4, and read thus. Therefore, I say, surely these are poor.
Surely these are what?
These are poor.
Let's see what makes a person poor.
They are foolish, for they know not the way of Yahawah.
No, brother, I got a car, and that's why I'm all good.
For they know not the way of Yahawah, nor the judgment of their God.
that can make you poor. That can make you foolish. Because you have no true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High. Let's echo that, brother. Let's grab that book of Revelation, chapter 3, and start at verse 17.
Akard. Book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 17. Red letter.
Bring it out.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods.
This is Yahawah speaking. He's giving you a future time prophecy. If you go and read these entire chapters, this is the message that he put out to the 7 churches. So let's hear about these people that are being named in Revelations 3 and 17. Start over again,
Akard. Book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 17. Red letter.
Bring it out.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor.
Think about that. And if that brother watches our video again, I hope you're able to receive this increase, brother. Okay, just because you got a car and you can drive to that job and you can pay a couple of bills doesn't mean that you're not poor. It doesn't mean that you're not oppressed. It doesn't mean that you're not wretched and miserable. Matter of fact, we got to get that one more time out from the top.
Akard. Book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 17. Red letter.
Bring it out.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire.
What makes you rich, brother?
Gold tried in the fire.
What does Hebrew Israelites telling our people we have to be?
Gold tried in the fire.
That's what life is all about. Okay, it should scare you if the Most High God is not chastening you. If you have no things that you're receiving, no discipline you're receiving. Because the scriptures tell us that the Most High God chastens those who he loves. He disciplines and corrects those who he loves. So if the Most High God is not chastening you, not disciplining you, not correcting you, it means he's not dealing with you as a son. So it would put fear in me if I thought that everything that I ever wanted was coming true. If I was living in the land of my oppression, telling myself I'm not oppressed. It takes a certain mindset to tell myself I'm living in the land of my oppression. I don't know where I come from. My language and my nationality and heritage have been stripped from me, but I'm not oppressed. I'm good because I got a job. I paid my bills last week. You brothers out there tripping, man. Everything's good. I ate Little Caesars last night. How can I be oppressed? Okay, we got to get rid of that mindset. There's way more things that make a person poor than just having goods. And that's what Yahawah is putting out. Keep going out.
Verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich.
Man, I love that. That's what makes you rich. That's what gets you out of that oppression. You coming out of that fire as gold. So you're going to have to understand that you're oppressed. How is he going to know you in the fire if you don't even understand that you're in it? We often say that. How you going to be tried as gold when you think your fire is a cave of wonders and riches? That's what Satan does. Okay, think about that account where Satan took Yahawah up into a mountain and told him all these things in the world I've been given. And I'll give them to you if you just bow down to me. Honestly, that's what a lot of our brothers and sisters have accepted. So you come up and you want to identify to me LeBron James as if he's somebody's success story. No, that's the devil working on some of our people. Because some people have taken a bag in exchange for their dignity, in exchange for their silence. Satan and the devil deceives the whole world. You gotta look behind the curtain, as they say in The Wizard of Oz. Okay, you gotta look behind the curtain and see the main puppet master. There's things at play that are causing these people to do these things. Okay, Cardi B didn't just get out the strip club and give herself a $20 million contract. And there's a reason why you use her as the face of our sisters. The Cardi B's, the Sexy Reds, and now we don't live in a place where we honor the Malcolm X's of the world, the Martin Luther Kings of the world. I'm not saying them brothers were all right, but you're not going to put in front of us people that were using their wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, these are all things that the devil and Satan would do to you. As I mentioned, that account with Yahawah taking him up to a high mountain and telling him that he would give him all the things that he desires if he just bows down to him. And unfortunately, that's the gift that a lot of our brothers and sisters have accepted. And that's the reason why you don't know you're poor. Because you accepted that bribe from the devil himself, and now you think that you're all good. Read that again, brothers, and start from verse 18.
God, verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye slave, that thou mayest see. Verse
and that's what it's all about. The Most High wants you to be able to anoint your eyes with eye salve that you may see. That's all his brothers come out here to do. Most High willing, we've identified who that man of sin is.
Right.
We've identified that man based on his fruits, as the scripture said we ought to do.
Right.
Okay, we know who is the judge who's been given the entire earth, that wicked man who's been given the entire earth, that oppress a people, his house and his heritage, that cover fields and take them by violence, and that change the image of the judges thereof. You tell me who that is. That's why Job 9:24 says that. If it's not him, tell me who it is. You tell me then. Since us brothers are so hateful and we got a bad doctrine, we're deceived, you tell me who those things fit. Who's bearing those fruits on the earth today? I'll stop and I'll listen if somebody can tell me who it is. You're not going to be able to do it. As I mentioned, we told you where your American education system comes from. Those are the kind of fruits that you should be looking for. Those are the deceivers that the Bible speaks of.
Ask Yahawah, he hear what I pray, cause I know I could die any day. Teach Yahawah, just show me the way. Tryna walk down the path that you laid.